What's up, people? It's your man Chef back in with another video, and today we're here to talk about Jeff Bezos becoming worth $200 billion. Well, not necessarily that's a factor into today's story, but I'm about to give like a quick lesson on why I think that people are more and more entitled these days. And it goes to show, once you say a statement or set a precedent, people are going to just keep wanting more and more. Now, Jeff Bezos, of course, in many United States a lot of states' minimum wage is around $7 to $10. Florida, I believe, is $8.25. Where I live in Virginia, the minimum wage is $7.25. North Carolina, I believe, that's $10. Maryland, I believe, is $10, etc. Other than New York, California, and I believe Alaska and Hawaii, most states are under $11 for minimum wage. Jeff Bezos said he would make sure the minimum wage for his company period would be $15, and he said if you're a delivery driver or Amazon worker for the first 3 months of, I think, coronavirus, said you either get a bonus or he'll raise your wages to $18.25, which I have seen some plants do. Now that Bezos is worth I'm sorry, that's way too small. $200 billion. Protesters are putting a guillotine outside his house saying that they want him to raise his wages. And this is why I go back to the argument that raising minimum wage, these ridiculous rates, it just people keep wanting more and more. Yes, you can't live off $7.25. At least if you have a family. If you're single, you can. I've done it before, but let me tell you, it's a very miserable and hard lifestyle. Right now, I'm still struggling. I have 2 jobs, but it's getting better. The point is, I know the coronavirus stuff like that is in the way of workplace regulation stuff, but I might make videos in the future. But all I know is, I'm not even talking about protests. I'm talking about the fact that bars and clubs and things like that are open. They need to open up some of these work areas and just make them wear face masks. If you guys want to do that, if you guys want to make mandatory face mask mandates, I understand. At least let people get back to work, because having people sit at home, and unemployment and the rent moratorium has run out in a lot of states. So best believe people are starting to see the effects of not going to work. And everybody can be an Uber or Lyft driver or a DoorDash or a Grubhub driver. It's very competitive, and you have to have a vehicle. And if you can't pay your car insurance, you can't pay your car note, your vehicle don't exist anymore. So that's a side note. But Bezos did a great thing, I think, by raising his wages in his companies. But he kept raising it to grandstand against other people, saying that his company's the best. He'll pay his employees more than anybody else. And he's saying, if I could do that, you guys should be able to do it. The truth is, Bezos knows he can't afford to pay people $30 an hour, $40 an hour. Or if he can, he will not. Because, truth be told, why pay somebody $40 an hour to drive a freaking vehicle? I mean, you got to hear some of the arguments of these protests. Let's pay $25 an hour for a guy working in the factory. That devalues the workplace. If Amazon does that, nobody else is going to really want to go to other jobs. Other jobs are going to be forced to compete with that, and eventually, and people don't understand this, you get paid $15 an hour, it doesn't really help you. I worked for Amazon last summer. Let me tell you this, after peak season, not peak season during the holidays, something like summer peak season, Amazon Prime weekend in July, let me tell you, August was miserable for me. My checks went from $1,300 every 2 weeks to about $688. And that's because they cut your hours. You already got taxes being taken out. They cut your hours tremendously because they realize they can't continue to pay everybody at their distribution center the same amount or at that higher rate. So I was getting paid $15.75, and plus during peak week they paid us the extra $8, and overtime's already $23. So to avoid overtime, we're paying this extra money that they already spent for the last week of July for Prime Week. I would get, instead of working my usual 65 hours a week at Amazon being a delivery driver, I got my hours cut down to 28. Now, 28 times 15 for 2 weeks, that's equals the same amount as you working at Walmart making $10.50. So really, at the end of the day, when they cut your hours eventually, you want to making the same amount as the regular guy that works at Walmart or Target. Is that what you want to do? Or do you want to continue to have your hours and make your $15 and do something like that instead of keep raising the stock and value price of the wages, and then the hourly rate, the number of hours you work, your hourly rate goes up, but the number of hours you work goes down. So then you're taking home the same paycheck as a guy who worked 40 hours a week, but you get paid more to work 28. But in the grand scheme of things, you could just, there's no point even working at that place anymore, because that higher wage you've been promising all the work you do and it's a lot more work working at Walmart or Target than working at Amazon. Working at Amazon is a lot more work. You have to be a delivery driver. You have to be on task. You have to be on schedule. You have to do rescues. You have to pick up people's packages when they're slower. You have to help the slower drivers. You have to drive basically perfect for the mental app. If you work at Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. Picking is not easy. So the point I'm trying to say is, I think people need to calm down before a lot of cuts happen to Amazon, or he winds up doing something drastic. Because right now, Amazon is the huge employer of a lot of major American cities and counties and sub counties and towns. I know Virginia alone, I can tell you the amount of Amazon plants being put there, other than Kings Dominion and a couple other things that happen in the local area. That's supporting a lot of young people aged 18 to 35. Best believe that Amazon is the reason why a lot of young people have a job, period. That's the reason why a lot of us aren't working at Walmart and McDonald's, period. Without Amazon, let me tell you this. Before there was an Amazon plant in Ashland and one in Richmond and then another one they built down, I believe, in Suffolk, a lot of guys would have to go to McDonald's, Walmart, hustle on the street, grass cut, stuff like that. When Amazon came along, hundreds, thousands of us got hired. And although people crap on Amazon for not paying them $25, $30 an hour for the hard work to do, I'd rather get paid at $15 and work a bunch of hours, get that $60 hours a week, and have a $1,300, $1,400 paycheck, than for them to come out hours and make the same amount as I could do as work at Walmart. Because at the end of the day, you get paid the same wage and then make an increase, so your increase of living doesn't go up. Anyway, let me know what you think about it. I think Jeff Bezos needs to calm down all that political grandstanding he does and just realize that if you want to keep his pocket straight and keep the protesters away from him, he needs to start thinking rational like I know he is, because I'm pretty sure you don't get the $200 billion without having some type of common sense. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and it's your man Chef. I'll see you next time. Peace.